listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Monday Night Raw After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Monday Night Raw After Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the Raw Show. Bing is for doing. We're here doing the Raw After Show. It sounded natural. That was natural, right?
Yeah.
None of you were Maria, which is a bum out to most dudes who wanted to masturbate during the show.
Hey, don't let that stop you.
Yeah, Google image a picture,
and then
pull it up on one part of the screen.
Yeah, put it over our screen.
Yeah.
And it's just as it's just as enjoyable. My name is Jensen. I was on the show consistently before we went on hiatus. This is my first week back. I was a former WWE writer. I spent 7 months there. Some of the highlights include I wrote a lot of Goldust and Snitsky's sketches. I wrote some Spirit Squad. I also hid in the bathroom because I felt I was being bullied. And then I also became addicted to Ambien.
Well, that was before the Be a Star program, so that wouldn't happen now.
Not now.
Right,
now it would just be all rainbows and beautiful chocolate rabbits, like for Easter.
Beautiful
the hollow
chocolate
ones.
rabbits.
The hollow ones. But we'll go around. Normally we have a different panel on. I was able this week to invite who I wanted, which is a nice thing for me, so I went with purely comedians. Comedian friends of mine. So let's go around and introduce ourselves quickly, and we'll get into the show.
My name's Justin Donaldson, and I've been on the show a couple times here.
Yep.
And my wrestling connection includes making comedy videos starring Roddy Piper and John Morrison and the like. And
you did the very odd John Morrison Undertaker Triple H music video.
Yes, all three of us in this room worked on that. I directed it. Mike and myself wrote it with John
Don't throw
Morrison.
them under the bus with you. Take it alone, sir. Take it alone.
I am proud that we made something that odd.
All right. And you, more importantly, the Tournament of Nerds.
The Tournament of Nerds on the Nerdist YouTube channel. It's the Tournament of Nerds is a comedy debate show that we've been doing now in LA for 4 years.
Yep.
And now it's going to become a monthly show on the Nerdist YouTube channel.
There you are.
And it launches this coming Sunday. And one of the people on the show is John Morrison.
There you are. And if you like pro wrestling, you'll like this stuff. It's all sort of in the same nerd universe.
Yes, definitely.
Right? Carlson.
Yes, sir.
Tell them about yourself.
Well, my name is Mike Carlson. I do stuff at UCBLA.
Yeah.
I'm on Twitter. My wrestling connection is that I was a backyard wrestler for many years.
As a kid?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
have like hours of it.
Really?
My name was Fat Carlson.
Why? Were you fat?
No, but it was a
Your
joke.
bit? Who's your bit?
Well, WWF Attitude, you can make your own character.
Yeah.
And somebody just took my character and made him fat, and then we changed it to PHAT. And so fun. I was a world champion, whatever.
I did it for my summer.
deal.
I've talked about it on the show before, but I had done the same thing for my summer camp. Like our summer camp, I was the bad guy. I was Ty San, which was basically Miz. It was just like, I'm better looking than you. I'm cooler than you. It was fun. Did you ever hurt yourself?
Not seriously.
But you had like extreme. You had like chairs and.
Yeah, we never took like full on like chair shots. We would do the baking pans and the.
It's not bad.
Yeah, you get a garbage can shot, doesn't hurt that bad.
James Ross.
Hey, how's it going?
That's your voice?
Yeah, it sounds like this all the time. I'm just working on a voiceover reel. It's
perfect.
I get some stuff.
Well, you did it. You did it.
Cool.
You
We'll
got
cut it out later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm James Ross. I do comedy stuff at UCB as well, including the Tournament of Nerds, which both me and
oh yeah,
Mike
I do
here,
that too.
I do that too.
I'm in that show.
With both me and Mike, both been lucky enough to be a part of that since it started. And my wrestling connection, I'm a lifelong Hulkamaniac.
You're
not so much anymore.
You're like a super fan.
Yeah.
I guess so. I'm a big WWE fan.
Sure.
Sorry, I don't want to get sued.
Well, you're also a WWF fan. You could say that. Yeah.
Going all the way back to the day. seeing Hogan and Brodus the Barber at the Tacoma Dome back when I used to live in Washington State.
All right.
And you also worked behind the scenes on Jeff Katz's Wrestling
Revolution Project, or WRP. They might have changed the name to it.
I think it's Wrestling Retribution or Redemption. WRP.
WRP.
Both of them, Redemption and Revolution, would be good for the project. Either of them will work.
Right.
I'm just letting you know now.
Yeah. But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for doing this. We're going to go over Raw. First, we're gonna give you a concept for the show that's never been done in Raw After Show history at AfterBuzz. This is more important than Cena's announcement. To be honest with you. One of us.
I don't see how that's possible.
It's possible, including myself. If someone flubs, if someone does something that we think is terrible, like during the show, one of us hosts doesn't live up to the hype of being a good host on the show, they will be eliminated. Like Royal Rumble. So immediately, it's like over the top rope, they will just leave.
Or like tonight's Beach Battle Royal.
Right. And all of us are wearing bikinis.
Under the bottom rope.
Yeah, we will disrobe and have bikinis on. Well, this week's Raw, so be on the lookout. Right. Let us know. On top of that, we'll be taking calls later in the show, so be on the lookout for that. We're going to go through Raw. We're going to break it down. We're going to recap a bit. First, is everyone watching? Everyone's been watching frequently. I have not been watching as frequently during hiatus, but I think I fell right back in tonight.
Yeah.
I sadly have been watching frequently.
Okay.
Because over the last couple of weeks, it has gotten so boring.
Okay.
That tonight was one of those nights that I've wondered why I've watched 996 episodes of this show.
Well, we saw some of the highlights over the 996. Also made me wonder why I watched all of them.
Not highlights, moments.
Moments,
Let's
right.
be clear, people. This is not the best of. These are not highlights. These are just
things
moments.
that happen.
Moments.
Things that happen.
It's a good point. Well, we started with AJ. This is the crazy girl character that they've been pitching us over the last few months, maybe 2 months. This is the idea that AJ is so crazy. She's just one of those psycho fatal attraction, boil your bunny kind of thing. I'm actually sort of into it, and I know Carlson said he's into it. James, you said you were not.
I'm into it too.
I'm not so into it.
I'm into it.
And why not?
I don't know. I just think I'm not really a huge fan of storylines that involve the divas or the valets that much, especially when it's something like this.
You hate women.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yep, all right,
that's
all
definitely
right.
it.
Just like the WWE.
No, I just don't
ironically.
like. I don't like it when they're taking over. Like it's almost like the wrestlers involved in the storyline don't have any control over what happens in it. You know?
Well, that kind of happened tonight, which we'll get to. Speaking of someone else that James Ross probably hates because it's a woman, Vicky Guerrero came out. She was the Night's Raw GM, but it seems like even though she said tonight
you're
on the GM,
supposed to hate her. Everybody hates her.
I'm a huge fan of.
Excuse me.
I'm a huge fan of hating Vicky.
Excuse me.
I feel like Maria and Bennett, who are normally on the show, don't even like her as a heel. I love her. I think she's terrible and great at the same time. But she said she's the GM for tonight, but it seemed like we're going to have her for a while.
Well, what they're doing is every week leading up to the 1000th Raw, they're bringing back one of the old GMs. So last week, Mick Foley was the GM.
Okay.
This week, she's the GM.
Wait, does that mean Mike Adamle is coming back?
It's a possibility.
I hope the mystery GM.
Yeah, does the laptop come back?
They have to do that. That's a guarantee. I don't know if they'll bring back Adelaide, but that would be great. Was there other bad GMs?
Regal?
Regal he was good though.
But the commissioners versus GMs though, right? Because
yeah,
you know, there's a difference.
Jack Tunney's dead, right?
Yeah, Jack Tunney's dead.
Can't bring out his corpse.
Because Mick Foley was a commissioner technically.
Yeah,
right.
Commissioner Foley.
Heyman.
Yeah, Heyman's got a shot because he's back. Well, we had Vicky. She came out, played the heel. She immediately announced that she's going to be setting up a triple threat elimination match, which sounded pretty sweet to me. It was Daniel Bryan versus Kane versus CM Punk. The thread between the three of them is that this is the crazy girl's sort of love interests. Right. She has interests with all three, so WWE encouraged us to tweet who we thought she should be with. So you were sort of told to tweet at WWE and either put hashtag AJ Bryan or AJ
Bryan.
AJ Bryan, hashtag AJ Kane, hashtag AJ Punk, or the orgy method, which was hashtag AJ All. Which
I think they would pick like Punk would get her like Mondays, Wednesdays.
Yep.
Bryan would get her Tuesday, Thursday. Like it would work out.
Yeah, and one night.
So you're saying Kane's the weekend warrior?
He's the weekend guy.
But I mean, the orgy. I really expected there to be more people voting for the orgy. It was only like 18% in the end. But they all fought each other. Who would you guys have voted for? Hashtag
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Personally, I put down hashtag AJ psychiatrist.
It's also a good combo you could have set up. I don't want to see her have sex with any of these guys. Purely, I would have voted AJ no one.
I think the storyline implies she's had sex with all of them.
Oh, really? Is that the storyline? Is that really the implication?
I think so.
How am I missing that?
Because he's been with Punk a couple weeks, and they're like kind of flirting. But then Kane broke up. I don't want to skip ahead, but Kane broke up with her tonight.
Sure.
So like, there's some
and they're
she
all
was
doing,
there.
She was wearing Punk's outfit for a while.
Right. She wore Kane's. I wish they would just say one line, like, and you've banged all three of us. Like, I wish just one time they would say something. Well, anyway, through that triple threat match set up, do I even have what ends up happening in that? Does anyone remember? That's so sad.
Daniel Bryan ended up winning.
Oh, so this is, because I wrote down crazy ending. Okay, so this is what happens. It's an elimination match.
Which I think we all forgot that it was an elimination
100%.
match.
And anyone who calls in and tells me that they didn't forget it was an elimination match is lying. Like 100%.
The WWE is the worst at clarifying stipulations.
Oh, the worst. Yeah, I don't think the announcers know either. Right. But the point is that CM Punk went over Kane. See, I have it here. CM Punk went over Kane, and then immediately Daniel Bryan goes over Punk. And I actually said out loud while watching, another pin? Like, not even remembering it's an elimination match.
Which is great, because it keeps the Daniel Bryan CM Punk feud going.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that...
It's the only thing that's interesting that's happening on the show at the moment.
I kind of agree.
And in another week where they try to get CM Punk off of TV as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it's so weird to me.
Yeah, the WWE champ really shining bright.
For like months, by the way. He's the champ for like months. It's not even like he's a new champ. He's been doing it forever. I mean, is there anything even here we can live in? I mean, should we keep talking about anything in this? Is it worth it to any of us here?
Well, did we mention the fact of how it all went down, that she came out and skipped around the ring?
That's important.
That's all that happened.
That's why I knew I forgot.
She just came out, she skipped around the ring to her theme song, which was enough to distract Kane long enough for Punk to reverse the move and eliminate him, and then he was immediately eliminated by Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, the important thing here is, in spite of what may be a bad or a good storyline, depending on how you feel, Punk and Bryan continue putting on great matches.
Yeah, they do.
That's what we need. That's what it's all about.
Yep. But let's make sure we put Kane in it, because it's important to just bury
Let's make sure it's at the beginning of the show and not headlining
and that we have a diva come out and skip around the ring. Right. But yes, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are still highlights for us. It's what's sort of living in the show, correct?
Right.
Great. We go backstage to Vicky Guerrero, who's with Alberto Del Rio in the back. Ziggler comes in, and then the phantom glass breaking.
Yeah, they present Vicky with a bouquet of roses.
Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah. He tells Ricardo, he tells his young servant to go get a vase or a vase, depending on how pompous you are. And they come
while he's gone doing that. Ziggler comes in and demands that he be the #1 contender.
Correct, and that turns into something later. But in the meanwhile, they break the vase. And it breaks almost before it actually breaks. Before it's supposed to break.
They threw it against. It was like they threw it against a curtain, and it's shattered.
Very strong curtain. Very strong curtain. So we go into a match that all of us had semi-high expectations for, but we were all very depressed by, which is the Brodus Clay Big Show battle. All of us, can we say we're all Brodus Clay fans?
I'm down with the
Funkasaurus. It's not as high as it used to be, certainly, but it's still
we all watched WrestleMania together, and we were all chanting at how excited we are about Brodus Clay.
Yeah.
Tonight, I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't quite have the same feeling.
I will say I'm still a huge fan of Cameron and Naomi, the Funkadactyls.
Your memory's really good. That's ridiculous.
I love the whole rubbing their butts together routine.
Butt to butt?
Yeah.
Butt to butt's pretty strong.
Good.
He just needs to get faster in the ring. He moves like he's in slow motion.
He does move slow.
He moves like a dinosaur.
It's true.
He is sort of a T-Rex. So Brodus Clay, real poor move decisions.
Yeah.
That's how this move. This is how this end. Clay really had a shot, then goes for the body slam on the Big Show, the biggest wrestler in WWE history. Falls on him. Pin, it's over. And he also either real or fake injured himself during it, which I assume it's fake. Right. But Big Show over Brodus Clay. Is anyone excited about Big Show at this point?
No.
We'll get to it later, obviously, but I cannot be less excited.
Yeah.
Either as a face or as a heel, I'm just not interested in anything he's doing anymore.
At all, right? Do you guys want to hear more natural pushing by me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before you're going to shop online at Amazon, first go to AfterBuzzTV.com and click the Amazon banner at the top and then shop. This is a very easy thing, very easy concept. You normally are going to buy stuff from Amazon anyway. It's very simple that you do it through us at AfterBuzz TV and clicking the Amazon banner. That way we get a kickback from your purchase. It's no extra cost to you. It's a way to support AfterBuzz TV so we can keep doing after shows for you. Thank you, guys. Go to AfterBuzzTV.com, click the Amazon banner, and shop. If you don't, you're a Nazi. It's that simple, that easy. That's on the copy.
Maybe you were going to buy the new Falls Count Anywhere DVD.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. You can buy all sorts of WWE DVDs. The one that I like, that you watched recently too, is Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
You could buy that, and then they give it money to AfterBuzz. You're going to pay the same amount anyway. Anyway, moving along. Cole and Lawler, I believe this was a Ross find. Did you figure out that they switched seats?
I said that, I think.
Or was it you?
Yeah,
what
Carlson
the hell? Why did they switch seats?
I figured it out.
A real puzzle that you.
Yeah.
It's viral.
Aren't they normally sitting on the opposite side?
It's viral marketing.
Yeah. I don't know. That's weird.
Why would they? I don't get it.
This also may be a weird OCD thing, but the weeks when the ramp is on the other side, every now and then the ramp will be on the right instead of the left.
Yeah.
I can't take it. I can't take it. It really gets in my mind.
Just have to kill myself.
Has to go and wash his hands.
Yeah.
Several times.
8 times.
Ramp.
I don't understand why Lawler and Cole would change seats. I just don't understand the theory behind it.
I don't know, but I bet Jerry could give you about 100 one-liners as to why.
I don't know if I've ever told that story here. I'm going to tell it really quick.
Yeah.
So the idea is when I was a writer at WWE, we would all be in the same room at certain arenas. So at certain arenas, every writer or creative that's not a wrestler would end up getting ready in the same room with like a big arena room. And then other times we'd just be alone in a small room with a computer. But there was one time, I think it's Kansas City, and we were all in this big room, and at the end of the night, everyone's like, see ya, and we all go to get our bags, which are in this little room, and I go, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And I found like 3 pages of notebook paper, like ripped out of a notebook. And I was like, oh, maybe it's mine, because it's right on my chair. So I look at it, and like in like that way in The Shining, when it's like all play and no, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, like how it just like repeated over and over again. There were hundreds of sentences on these 3 pieces of paper, just like repeated, just like tons of different sentences. And I was like, what is this? And I noticed they were all one-liners from Jerry Lawler. And they were all like, well, why doesn't so-and-so catch a wave? Or like it was all like pun stuff. So like he had pages of those puns written out, and I don't know any more details.
And he just left that line around. Yeah. That's gold, sir. What are you doing?
It's like when the guy from Apple left the iPhone at the bar. But it was so crazy to me to see that, because I don't know any more details. I just know that they're on a piece of paper. So either he writes them throughout months and then just brings them, or he writes them the day of and then keeps them in front of him, but I don't know. Hundreds.
Or he was pitching them to you maybe for use in just any promo.
In anything, yeah. It wasn't good. But it was great. It was actually kind of cute to see that he has them all on a piece of paper.
That is cute.
And he wears an Affliction shirt. We go to AJ and Kane backstage. This was sort of the love thing. This was Kane saying that he's not really boyfriend material. And
by the way, he's had so many love interests over the years.
For a deformed monster.
Yeah. He actually technically raped somebody recently, didn't he?
Well, recently?
Kind of. It was, who was it? In the back, someone's got to help me here. We talked about it all the time on the show.
It's not Katie Vick. That was several years
That's
ago.
another one.
That's
you can't rape a corpse, for the record.
She's been off TV a couple of weeks and we've forgotten what her name is.
Dang it. Who is it?
Laurenitis' assistant, the Zack Ryder Broski Hosky. She's the Hosky.
No, it's not Eve, though.
It wasn't Eve?
Was it Eve?
Was it Eve?
Yeah, guys, it was Eve.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
He did sexually assault her. Which does make him not boyfriend material.
Right.
TV PG, guys.
I will say, if there's a guy who got more chicks than Kane, it's probably Mason Ryan, because he's been on TV with so many.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Mason Ryan. He's always had like a different diva on his arm.
That never happens.
That's a thing that happened. Do you guys not watch the Sunday shows? And like I thought those were the weekend shows.
Hold on, that might be a flub. That might actually be our first elimination.
That he likes Mason Ryan?
I don't know if that actually happens, but just the fact that you like Mason Ryan. We don't talk about him on the show. I think you should leave.
Fine.
You can talk about Mason Ryan somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If there's like a WCW AfterBuzz kind of thing, like another rival network for AfterBuzz TV, bring your Mason Ryan game there. But until then, you're no longer invited.
I'm going to keep this cup.
You're not keeping the cup. You have to leave. You have to leave the cup, Carlson.
He's taking the cup. He's taking the cup.
Well, that's our elimination.
And that's a real CM Punk move to take the cup.
Yeah. Wow. Nobody wants you here anymore.
Oh, man.
You're Mason Ryan. Oh, you can't leave. That's the most Twilight Zone part of this. Goodbye. Just like that, our first elimination.
Oh, man.
It's got to be tough.
I gotta stay on my game.
No one bring up Mason Ryan. So AJ Kane.
You don't have to worry about that.
Thank you.
Not from me.
Also, what Vince says to the writers. Just no one bring up Mason Ryan. AJ and Kane backstage. I love seeing. I'm not exactly boyfriend material. AJ sort of gets rejected by Kane, and if you guys are right that she's banged all of them, that would make sense because he did it in sort of that like awkward high school. It's not me, it's you, or no, it's not you, it's me kind of thing. What diva would you want to date the most? Date, not have sex with.
I don't know. Beth Phoenix could probably she'd back me up.
She'd break
At
your
least
bones.
I know if I got into any fights or anything.
Natty Neidhart seems like a nice girl.
She does seem like a nice girl.
Aww.
But of all time,
we're talking all time?
Yeah, we're talking all time.
Oh, you totally changed the game, sir. I thought you were talking about current roster.
No,
I was like,
all time.
I don't even know half these girls.
No, actually, we didn't know the top row of people in the Bikini Battle Royal.
Probably Miss Elizabeth because she has no discernible personality.
She had none. She really was a molding.
But she will stand by you.
Yeah, or sit on your shoulder.
Yes.
I mean, Maria is a great pick and a friend and a co-host. Stupid Maria would be my favorite when she did Stupid Bit. When everything was like, what? It was great. I think down to hook up Sable might be my pick.
Really?
Because I don't know. Maybe it was like my age and the way I looked at her, but like I just thought she was dope. Like I just thought she was nasty.
Man,
and I'm pretending she's not married to like I like try not to remember that part.
Still, it's so I don't know.
Sunny was pretty attractive.
Yeah, Sunny was attractive.
Sunny
but
was
I mean
attractive.
like black paint on boobs, Sable.
Right. Yeah, I don't.
I was down. Early not Kelly. Early Stacy Keibler when she was business suit WCW.
The librarian.
Miss Hancock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good one.
I liked her when she was with the Dudleys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I'll take any version of Stacy.
Yeah, me too. I'll take Stacy Keibler Clooney. I'll take Stacy Keibler Test. I'll take any of those eras. Really quick, WWE signed a new TV deal at the Ion channel, which we still can't figure out if it's on TV.
No, for a bunch of guys that work in television.
Yeah, we all work at some point at TV. By the way, we
we're familiar with.
Also work in internet TV, which then throws out, is it on the internet? We don't even know that answer. Right. We don't know. When you guys start calling in, if you could let us know where Ion is, I would really appreciate it. But they have a new show that's going to be coming on that sort of molds or sort of melds between SmackDown and Raw. It's going to have superstars on it and storylines, so more programming because 3 hours isn't going to be enough over at Raw.
No.
They need more.
So what is it? The WWE
main event.
Main event.
Yeah, main event.
I'm
not Saturday night's
just
main
kind
event.
Of superstars again.
But it doesn't sound like that.
Yeah, I think it sounds like it probably
really.
is
It
very
sounded
superstars.
Cooler than that when they gave the press release. But I guess that's the job
when
of
they
a
gave
press
the
release.
press release of superstars.
That is
It's
a job.
way
like a heck
cooler
of a
than
show.
Superstars.
Yeah.
Exactly like it, but way cooler.
I will say, talking about other WWE shows, the new NXT that launched last week is very, very good.
Yeah, that's what everyone said.
And I wish it was on television.
It's on the internet.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on their YouTube
And what is it?
channel.
Well, tell me what it is.
It has all these great FCW guys. And it has JR doing commentary. And it's just a very solid show with lots of good wrestling.
Is Dean Ambrose there?
Dean Ambrose is the only one I think that's not because they're getting ready to bring him up.
Right, he's coming up. Who is it that you like on there? Hero?
Yeah, Hero.
Who's now called what?
Ono, Cassius
Ono, right.
And then guys that have already been called up, putting on like long, good matches, like Tyson Kidd,
all right,
and Michael McGillicuddy.
I'm in.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Back to Raw, we ended up in a match of Swagger versus Santino. We all thought we saw something coming.
Yeah.
I thought this was the time Santino might drop the belt. We couldn't have been more wrong.
He's been the champ since January.
It's crazy.
That's a very long time these days.
Yeah, how long you been growing your beard?
Since January.
Then
do you think there's a connection?
I think there's a connection.
If I shave, do you think Santino's going to lose?
Or if Santino loses, you have to shave.
Oh, yeah, that's also. Maybe Santino's thinking that about himself and your beard,
Wow.
like the other way around. Mind blown. Santino over Swagger completely clean.
Yes.
Like, absolutely clean.
Not as clean as Swagger's young Republican haircut, though.
It is very Osmond. Santino over in a major, major way.
Oh yeah, the Cobra, man. Yeah. The kids love the Cobra. I wish I knew the numbers on how well those Cobra sleeves are selling.
Yeah.
They're the new Sacco.
They're the new Sacco. Cena with Laurenitis shirts in the back. Do you remember this? So Cena walking through, we see him in sort of that normal hallway shot.
Yes.
He passes a T-shirt box that says, for your consideration, take for free.
Yeah,
and
like
it's a
donating to whatever.
Yeah. Is there a shirt that's lasted less amount of time than People Power? That shirt lasted, 3 weeks?
Probably the Sin Cara penis shirt.
That's true. I ordered. I mean, it's sort of AfterBuzz folklore, but that I actually did get an order in for the Sin Cara penis shirt. and then they canceled it. But they canceled it on Hanukkah, which I found totally anti-Semitic. I was just like, that is just rude. There's supposed to be gifts on these days.
We got to see Zack Ryder in this segment.
Yeah.
Which, if you at home are playing the Zack Ryder drinking game, does
not
work.
There's your one drink.
You will not get drunk off the Zack Ryder drinking game.
It is the shittiest Where's Waldo. He is...
Where's Wald, bro?
Nice.
Thank you.
You should send that to him, pitch him.
Okay.
It's worth $5. The craziest part is that I assume, I don't know, because I haven't been watching for a month, and I haven't been to a live show, but he was so over. They have to still be into him. They just don't put him out there, right?
I don't know. People still love him, right?
Yeah,
he's still in
over.
Demand on his YouTube show is a big hit, and people love the broski shirts and
he's huge on YouTube.
And he's huge with the merchandise.
Yeah.
He's still one of the top merchandise sellers.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
But I mean, look at how they're burying their champ.
Yeah, I know.
So,
well, he's like Zack Ryder's become almost like the Duff Man of WWE. Like he just shows up and he's just like Duff Man, and then he just like leaves, and that's all you see of him. But you're like, I like Duff Man. He's a funny character. I'm gonna get his action figure. So you see him come out. So let's talk about some inside baseball stuff a little bit here. So Laurenitis is fired from his day job at WWE. So he was the talent relations, which was basically the guy who hires and fires and develops and all this crazy stuff. And he was fired from the day job part. So now there's someone new in doing that job.
And they apparently gave his job to Triple H.
Oh, really?
Which I could see this just being the way things go from now on. If they just fire people and they
like
give the job to Triple H.
Yeah, the pretzel guy. Eventually, bring in Triple H.
Eventually, I feel like Triple H is going to be like, what was that? I think it was a Mr. Show sketch, actually, if we want to get comedy.
Oh, they're going to love this. AfterBuzz is going to love this.
I know. But there was a sketch where the guy fired everybody in the company. He was the only person left. So eventually it's just going to be Triple H by himself trying to run WWE.
But you got to imagine, this dude gets fired from his day job, and then they keep him on as a talent, so he's still in the ring, and then now they're just blasting him out. And you told me that he's still going to be doing house shows.
He's booked for all of these big show John Laurenitis versus Cena handicap matches.
Wow.
You have to believe that he's going to be back on TV at some point.
Maybe.
Because why would they do the bit with the T-shirts?
As an extra FU.
Oh, that's so sad.
They do that stuff all the time.
This is the thing that's super weird about the company and just wrestling in general.
Yeah.
I loved John Laurenitis as the GM.
Yes.
I thought it was super entertaining. I feel like he got over as a heel, which was his job.
That was his job. He got better. We can all say that.
Yeah.
He did. He got better.
The WWE started thinking that people were tuning out of the show because John Laurenitis, the character, was doing a poor job running Raw, and they had to get rid of him?
It doesn't make any sense to me.
They weren't tuning out because they didn't want to listen to this.
This is moneymaker. I make money with this. I'm still a little confused by it all. I always try to remember Laurenitis' funny stories from when I worked there, but my favorite was one day he just walked in. We were all just sitting writing, and he walked in. He goes, "Found a girl on MySpace," and he just walked out. It's my favorite. Like, no details or anything, just really excited he found... Because that's how he found... By the way, that's how he found Kelly Kelly. But I just thought that wasn't who he was talking about. But it was just so funny to me that he was just like, "Found her, bye!" Just like, and leave. If that character was on WWE, everyone would love him. "Found her. All right, let's go." So Cena comes out and does what I will probably always remember as one of the worst promos I've ever heard in WWE.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought it was terrible, and I'm sure a caller is going to come in, call in and disagree.
I don't see how they could.
It was just not good.
The most rambly,
it was stupid,
discombobulated crap I've ever heard.
Yeah, even
him.
Star Wars nerds must have heard it and been like, "You're a virgin." Like, that just is too far. But it's basically he compared the WWE to Star Wars using sort of different characters and puns. And then did a Yoda...
John Cena Walker?
Yeah, and then did a Yoda voice, and then made himself laugh, which is always a killer. And then, I know, even saying it, my heart's like dropping talking about it.
Cena had really won me back.
Me too.
Over the last year.
I
really wanted to see him go over The Rock.
Me too.
I love the stuff with Lesnar.
Yeah,
his promos were getting better.
And no one.
I wanted to see him beat The Rock.
You and 9-year-olds.
Which he referenced as the number one viewers of the show because he knows the numbers.
In the last couple of weeks, he's thrown all that away.
Yeah. Yeah, he did, with this especially.
I know the guy's going through a hard time.
which
he's
we
in
don't
some litigation with his roofers.
We don't love talking gossip on the show, but it's not gossip when it's it's actually happening
everywhere. Yeah,
it's on TMZ and all these crazy things. Is that he's having sort of a crazy thing going on in his personal life. If this is your first time tuning in to the AfterBuzz show, number one, we normally have a woman here with beautiful breasts and her boyfriend, Mike Bennett, which is great for the visuals. But you can also listen to the show at any time. It's like a podcast by going to iTunes. It's that simple, that easy. It's an app that everyone should know about at this point. You go to iTunes, you can rate and comment the show. You can download tons of old episodes from us at AfterBuzz Raw. You tell a friend. It only takes a few minutes and helps us out, and it gets the word out more and more. I noticed that a lot of the AfterBuzz shows are now new and noteworthy in the iTunes section. Maybe we'll find our way to the new and noteworthy. But either way, you can get every episode at iTunes. Go ahead, rate and comment, and that's a good thing. So the Star Wars metaphor hopefully made a couple people tune out because it was bad.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And then we were luckily saved.
We were saved by Jericho. He normally says he's here to save us. This time he actually physically was.
He really did.
His first sentence was, "What the hell are you talking about?" Which felt great. He also digged at the Star Wars promo a couple times, just like eyes rolling, making fun of it.
Yeah.
But we found out what Cena's big announcement was, is that for the first time in his career, he's found himself in the contender position for quite some time. A year, right? He's found himself in the contender position, so he is now entering himself into the Money in the Bank match, which is coming up from the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in 3 weeks.
And then Vicky came out and said that he couldn't, and then put him in the match.
Then Jericho, but even worse, Jericho then said, "Well, I'm in the Money in the Bank too." And then Vicky came out and said, "Wait a minute! Before either of you put yourselves in the match, I'm gonna put you in the match," which was crazy.
I guess they thought, like, you know what the biggest swerve would be?
Yeah.
Is if there was no swerve.
At all.
Like, you think she's going to say something else and then she doesn't.
Nope.
I guess the one thing that she did say is that she's putting in Kane.
Well, that it's going to be only former champs in the match.
Which is Kane, Big Show, Jericho, Cena.
Which is the lamest Money in the Bank ladder match possibly ever, I would have to say.
So do we think this is it? Are they going to add more guys? Or is
4
this it?
guys, and 2 of which should not be in ladder matches ever?
I can't think of the one person they would add in this case. I know people I'd like to add, but I can't think of who would make sense in this. Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they still got a whole nother one to do, too.
Still got Laurenitis. He could jump in here. I could jump in. Just tell me.
I do want to say about
found
Chris
a ladder
Jericho.
on MySpace. Yeah, what is it?
As much as I like Chris Jericho, and I have loved him over the years, and as relieved as I was to see him when he came down tonight,
sure.
he is definitely showing his age.
Yeah, he looks
He
old.
looks and acts more and more like my dad every day.
Yeah.
Like he does like dad jokes. Like his bits are getting dated.
Yeah.
Like, I like the guy a lot, but
he said if you really want to have fun, go in a bouncy house.
He's like, go to a bouncy house, which made me laugh for the wrong reasons, but I did laugh. Well, that's it. Are you excited about this 4-way at all? I mean, I'm not really.
No.
I'm excited to see Cena in the Money in the Bank match, but the problem is I don't think there's anyone that's going to make him step up. I don't think
it's a ladder match with Kane and Big
Show. Yeah.
Why is Big Show in a ladder match and Kane is just thrown in there just to be thrown in there?
As always.
Yeah. It just those guys are not. It's not going to have the athleticism that you expect from a Money in the Bank match.
I'll say this just on the off chance that anyone from the WWE hears this.
I guarantee someone listens. I think they tune out once Maria's not on.
Okay.
But I do think I'm guaranteeing someone watches it.
Our former co-host, Mike Carlson, and myself.
Yes, who we eliminated earlier. Right.
We're planning on attending Money in the Bank when it was going to be in Las Vegas. They changed the venue from Vegas to Phoenix.
Okay.
And when that event was announced...
They're avoiding Ric Flair.
When that match was announced, all I could think was, man, am I glad I didn't get tickets to that pay-per-view.
Sure.
Man, am I glad that I didn't choose to take a trip somewhere to watch that pay-per-view. Because what was the best pay-per-view last year...
It was.
And in years...
Yeah.
Now, right off the bat...
It seems like a stinker.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to SummerSlam?
I think so.
I bought tickets. I'm kind of excited. But all we know right now is Brock, Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we know anyone else?
There's been rumors of Big Show Punk, and if that happens...
No. Please no.
But now also people have been saying Cena Punk again.
Cena Punk I'm down for.
I guess. I mean, yeah.
I'll take it again.
I will too. So this is a running bit week to week recently. They're amping up for the 1,000th. I haven't been able to say that. 1,000th?
1,000th.
1,000th. There it is. 1,000th
Yeah.
Can we do 20 minutes of how to say 1,000th? I think we could get away with it. 1,000th. 1,000th.
1,000th.
What if we just ruined AfterBuzz forever? People are like, remember when those guys came in and just said 1,000th over and over again?
Much like tonight's Raw.
It's true. It is. It is. What we're recapping the show.
Yeah, we are.
We're doing a good job.
Yeah, we're doing better than they did.
Yeah, for the 1,000th Raw, they have a bunch of people coming out week by week that are old champions or old. You know, they've had who've they had in the past? Mankind,
Vader,
Piper last week.
They've had stuff, and Cyndi Lauper with Wendy Richter, who looked like a big woman.
Yeah,
she was like a big Amazon.
She did not. Yeah, she seemed a lot smaller than that in the 80s.
I thought so, but I mean, not like a fat woman. I mean, she just looked small. She was like a huge girl. Yeah, she's a big woman.
That's because all of the
Cyndi Lauper's 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
So anyway, this week again they were hyping it up. Lillian was hyping it up, and Heath came out again.
Yep.
And are we excited by him at all?
You know what would make me really excited about him?
Okay.
He calls himself the one-man band.
One-man band.
If he came out actually wearing a one-man band, that would be...
Like a huge drum on his back and a kazoo.
Yeah, with cymbals and...
the whole nine.
Yeah, that would make
great.
him one of my favorite superstars of all time.
I would buy the toy.
Yeah.
Purely because of the thing he has, you belted on it, and it's like a huge back.
Yeah, that's... Hey, just drop his name and just call him the one-man band.
Yeah,
we've had the one-man gang.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the one-man band.
One-man band would be sweet.
And I would get
with cymbals.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
And his feet have to have things on them.
His knees.
His knees have symbols on
the
them.
knees together.
On the knee,
and then he'll get somebody down, and then he can clang his knees together and slap their hands at the cymbals.
And then he hits them with an accordion just straight on in the face. It'd be really cool.
Man.
Well, one-man band.
Get on this, guys. Get on this stuff.
And you wonder why it only lasted 7 months, guys. So Sid was a huge shock for me. Heath came out, tried to do the spoil, and then he yelled. What was his bit? He was the in the world.
Yeah, something in the world, best in the world,
whatever.
Ruler of the world.
Ruler of the world. And then out came Sid Vicious,
which is that you called it.
You did. I was shocked. I was like, what? I was like, no, he's not coming out because he's really done nothing in wrestling for a long time, and he was also hinted to always be coming back years ago.
They said the last time he had been on Raw was 1997.
I was a senior in high school. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I loved wrestling.
Wow.
Wrestling was my life that year. I was a senior in high school, but he actually did decently well. Nothing felt out of place, but he looked like an old man.
He looked like he was legitimately just released from prison.
He really did.
He looked like a weathered inmate.
He looked really scary, and I'm
this
sure
this was a good reminder of how, like, even though Raw has been pretty bad lately, this man was once in the main event of WrestleMania.
I mean, a major main eventer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to try to drag him through the mud as much as Giant Gonzalez, but I will say that Sid now looks. I mean, he looked terrifying, but like terrifying in like I hope he doesn't work on my house way, like in a Straw Dog sense. Like I don't want him working on my house. I don't want him knowing my wife. There was just like a bunch of scary things when looking at him. But I was excited to see him.
Yeah, me too.
I thought that was that was definitely one of the few highlights, if there were any, of tonight's show. Really
cool. And he went over Heath easily and also did the power bomb, which looked great.
You don't see that drop anybody on their head.
No, there's got to be a lot more insurance when people like Vader are coming back. They got to be holding their breath.
Yeah.
I mean, he once took Mick Foley's ear off when they were in their prime.
Yeah, Sid, not good news, but was awesome tonight and got a big holy S out of me. So we were also told another big reveal tonight that on the 1,000th. Okay, sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. On the 1,000th episode of Raw, we are going to have a social media ambassador, and they told you to visit WWE.com.
I love that social media has allowed places like WWE, different companies like the NBA, other things like that, to create the most bullshit job titles that a social media ambassador. What the hell is that?
Every time that someone hires someone like a social media expert, you know who's also a social media expert? Your interns are also social media experts. They're 18. They know more about anything of social media than us. But in this case, they showed just how douchey this title can be. So when you went to WWE.com, it announced that Charlie Sheen will be tweeting throughout the 1,000th, right?
Yes.
1,000th? Okay.
Very relevant, very now
Charlie Sheen. very now.
They are pumping this 1000th Raw
it's crazy.
Up bigger than WrestleMania.
Yeah,
they're giving it more lead-in time.
Yeah. Did Mania have a social media ambassador?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
But the 1000th Raw
over
does.
2 pay-per-views with promotion for this Raw.
It was not. It's very weird.
They keep showing that it has its own dressing room.
Yeah. Literally, the 1000th? Yeah. 1000th. The 1000th Raw gets its own locker room to change in. Just its own locker room. Oh, go ahead. Go in there, episode. Have your own locker room.
Well, it will be the first of many 3-hour Raws.
Yeah, it's true.
Going forward.
Who do we hope? Not Charlie Sheen, but who do we hope are other returnees for Raw? I mean, I would have never thought Sid. So we are open. I think.
I mean, really, if I really like Mean Street Posse,
would be so.
I would love to see.
That's a WWE story I have from when I was there. Shane came in one day and pitched us returning the Mean Street Posse.
How do they not do that?
And they didn't do it?
Because it was weird. Because everyone was like, oh, they're not going to come back. And he goes, no, I spoke. Because one of them wants to wrestle.
Yeah.
And then the other one has like a normal job. Like he's like, oh, he has kids and whatever. He was like, and then Shane was like, I spoke to them both and they're totally down. So whatever you have for them, guys, tell me before. We'll just throw it in. And no one went for it.
Well, 4 or 5 years ago, I think there was an article on WWE.com of where are they now, the Mean Street Posse.
Where were they?
And yeah, like one of them's still wrestling.
Yeah,
the
that was
two,
the one
like one's a construction worker, and the other guy has like a regular day job.
Yeah.
And they all talked about how they still keep in touch. Because they became such good friends in developmental.
Well, one of them is Shane's friend.
Yeah.
The one with the normal job is Shane's friend from growing up. And the other one's a wrestler they put in the gimmick. But one of them really was like Shane's best friend. And I think I even in like the nerdiest way was like, you keep in touch with them? Like really excited. And he was like, yeah. One of them's like my best friend from high school. And I was like, oh, wow, that's so cool, man. And then he just walked out.
I'd love to see them. I'd love to see, I mean, mostly Attitude Era. Because when I think of Raw...
Yeah.
Well, you called one out earlier tonight, though, when we weren't sure who it was going to be before you called Sid. You because he kept saying the one-man band thing. You were like, honky tonk man.
I could see him.
And I could have seen
he has beef with the WWE, but it would be
great.
But
also, like, when I think of honky tonk man, I don't think of, like, the Raw era.
I know,
If you're really going to celebrate Raw...
That's why Sid was good. Sid was good. X-Pac,
any of those guys, other DX guys,
X-Pac
like
works
Road Dogg and...
No, X-Pac doesn't
Billy
work
Gunn.
there. He does
I don't
work.
think he does.
Sean Waltman?
No, I don't know.
Well, and the ones who don't work there work for the other company.
Right. China's Porno would be good to come out. Just walk down the aisle like, hello, guys. It's me. So Charlie Sheen, no one could be really that excited about that. We go into the #1 contender match that was teased earlier. That's Del Rio versus Ziggler.
A contract on a pole match.
Yeah, contract on a pole match.
I like this match a lot.
Which that sound like a great idea.
I like both of these guys. I thought it was a very fun, interesting match.
Let me see. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Call you at 30. Sorry. I don't ever want to be that guy again. But it was an important text message. It was my mom. She wants to know what time I'm coming home. I live at home. No, I'm kidding. It was not my mom. She doesn't know my phone number. So basically, we have this match that was cool. I think we all thought it was a flub, but it wasn't. That the idea that they can't hold on to the...
Well, I don't know. I feel like it still was a flub. I feel like there still was a flub move in there, but then it ended up...
It was almost like they had like lube on it. Like they couldn't grab it when they did it. It's like flew out of their hands. Oh God! Oh, it's
it needed to be a rule of they needed to control the contract,
which I've never heard of.
I don't know what that means. Like you got to hold down the clipboard for 3 seconds, or you got to hold on to it for 3 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know where it became hot potato, which it definitely is not hot potato.
No,
it's a contract. It's a contract.
It's a clipboard.
Still say it was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun watching them flip around and run after it.
But how it ended was Sheamus came out and talked and said, that was my accent of Sheamus, by the way. Talked, and so he came out and he said, I got a contract. Is that a good Sheamus?
No,
I think it's a really good Sheamus. Do you guys not? You don't think so?
No, that sounded
all right. If I wasn't the host, I would eliminate myself, but if I leave, it would be awkward. Hello?
He came out and said there'd be a triple threat match.
That's not good either, but it's better than this. It's better. I'll admit it. It's better
than this. There'd be a triple threat match.
That's all right. It's all right. You're a little deeper. You're a little Finley. So anyway, #1 contender match, and he said it'll be a triple threat match at SmackDown.
On Friday, yeah.
On Friday.
So instead of one of them, it'll be both of them. So there was no point in rolling around with a greased up clipboard.
Nope. Give it to me. Could we go into commercials now? Take a quick break at 45? All right, we're going to go into commercials really quick. We will be right back to get into the bikini match and also your main event. We'll be back, guys.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AfterBuzz TV. And why? Because AfterBuzz TV's like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows, like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AfterBuzz TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee, what a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AfterBuzz TV goodness. Check them out, give them a holler, and tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
Your name.
Oh, right, yes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Divas Bikini match. Let's talk about it.
Talk about how we didn't know who any of the divas at the top row were.
I didn't know who half of them were. But on top of that, more importantly, you were concerned if we were even going to see bikinis because of the PG rating. But mostly...
PG stands for plenty glutes.
That seems like a weird rating system. Plenty glutes 13?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, we were in a position where we don't really see their butts anymore. It's more of like the full...
Very tasteful.
Very tasteful.
There's a lot to the imagination.
A lot. AJ had the least on.
Yeah, so she won.
She won. That's the way it goes. Vicky came out and implemented herself into both the swimsuit contest and also the match. It ended up with just AJ and Vicky in the end. And
Vicky looking like Superfly Jimmy Snooki.
Yeah, it was a good Superfly Jimmy Snooki.
She looked horrible.
She did look horrible.
in that leopard outfit.
And much like a battle over my boner, AJ won in a astounding fashion. It was a better match than a lot of other Diva stuff. I mean, at least I was...
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. They just seemed like a lot of them just rolled out of the ring pretty quickly.
I love roll your way to elimination. I mean, I just feel like that's the way I live my life. You know what I mean? Like
That's how you roll.
That's how I roll, literally.
I don't even know what to say about the Divas division at this point.
There really is none.
No.
The only like decent elimination I think was Beth Phoenix. She took quite a tumble, I think. Over
She's
the
always
second
the one.
rope.
She's always the one that's impressive. It's a good time to bring up the Wrestling Federation that I'm really excited about that neither of you have been to yet. But there's this thing in LA called PWG, and it's Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Guerilla, and you can get any of their DVDs online. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just a super fan, and it's so amazing. You both you're going also? You're gonna go?
I would love to go.
Okay,
Yeah,
they're going like
one.
July 22nd in LA here in Reseda, the beautiful Reseda, and so basically
home of the Karate Kid.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully it'll be a karate tournament. If you like crazy wrestling moves, like you're like, oh, I wish they were doing crazier stuff. It's worth at least watching the trailer online if you don't live in LA and seeing if it's worth buying the DVDs. I could not appreciate it more. I think it's amazing. But when I watched some of these things, there was a girl who did there was a three-man tag match 2 months ago, and there was a girl in it, and she was astounding. I mean, they're just amazing, really good wrestlers. And I think we are having someone from PWG soon. I think we're having this guy TJ on soon. He's also in Ring of Honor. I think Maria's bringing him in, but I couldn't give it more of an endorsement. And I normally, like everyone who's been listening to the show for months and months and months, know that I didn't watch for years after I left WWE. It's making me get more into it. You know what I mean? But it's really this PWG thing I like.
I think there's also obviously something said for seeing live as opposed to watching it on TV. Like working on the WRP project. We shot however many matches, like 60 matches in like 3 days, and seeing it live ringside that close,
it's
like,
crazy.
It's so astounding the stuff that they can do.
Yep, it's nuts. So before we get into the main event, which was Jericho and Cena, and not anything we're too excited about, let's take some calls. Let's get some calls in there. We ready for some?
AfterBuzz TV, hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Hi, it's Jellyneck.
Jellyneck, everyone's favorite caller. Well, let me so you guys know, Jellyneck is a caller that gets basically brought to the front of the line if there's no female on the panel.
Nice.
Okay, so if there's no girl on the panel, Jellyneck calls in. Her name's not Jellyneck. That's not her actual name, but I can't understand it no matter how many times she says it. And so she gets Jellyneck as her name, and I'll never change. Also, you can ask her what her name is, and I swear it's still going to be Jellyneck. You're not going to hear anything other than Jellyneck. So on top of that,
have you ever tried to figure it out the way you tried to figure out 1,000?
100%. There were times where I just go, again, can you tell me it again? Can you tell me it again? Can you tell me it again? And she says it, and I go, great, thank you, Jellyneck. It's every single time. So Jellyneck calls, she gives us her opinion as a female.
Great.
As what she thought of the show, which is always important to hear from the other side of the sex scale. Jellyneck, what did you think of tonight's show?
Well, I didn't like it that much, to be honest.
Okay, tell us why.
And I don't know. I just found it a little boring. And I don't know why Vicky Guerrero wore that bikini. It looked horrible.
It was a bad bikini.
And I think she lost a lot of weight, so I don't know why they made her look like that. Like,
I think they wanted her to look like poop, right?
Yeah. Well, in comparison to the other divas, she's naturally going to look like poop.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad that the show is back because we really miss you, Jensen.
Oh, thanks, Jellyneck. Well, I'm happy that you can step in for the female side of tonight. Anything that you did like?
Well, I couldn't see the whole show because, like, in my house, all TVs are watching the same shit over and over, like Spanish soap opera.
Okay.
So.
By the way, they're calling you a wrestling shit behind your back. Just letting you know.
Huh?
Never mind. Jellyneck, what did you like? From what you saw, what did you like?
Well, I actually kind of like The Real and Dolph Ziggler. It got me excited for SmackDown. I barely watched SmackDown, but
yeah,
I really am excited for the match, Sheamus, Ziggler, and The Real.
Yeah, Del Rio.
For that match.
I'm curious how a female perspective is on the screen time that AJ is getting, and the real stretching of her acting ability that they're giving her. I mean, they are giving her a lot of time to really work some stuff out.
She is the Meryl Streep of pro wrestling.
Yeah, she did the cry into the maniacal laugh.
What is it, Jellyneck?
I don't think it's necessary. I think they're giving her way too much time. I don't think all the
See, they think I hate women because I think they're giving her too much time. And
James Ross, you also hate Jellyneck. Jellyneck, thank you so much for calling in and giving us the female perspective. Again, if we're without a woman at any time, you are put to the front of the line.
One question.
Yes.
One question.
Yes.
We were just wondering in the show if you could do the Kali thing.
Oh, I feel like it's a bit now. I feel like I can only do it at certain times. I'll do it one time. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Jellyneck?
Yes.
Are you wearing glasses? Do you guys know this bit? I'll tell you when you're done.
No, I'm not wearing glasses.
Okay, well, we have to go to the next caller then. I only care about glasses. Okay. Bye, Jellyneck.
I don't understand what you said.
Take care. See you later. Bye, Jellyneck. Kali once asked, I saw him in the airport when I was working there, and I was walking through the airport, and Kali was trying on sunglasses at one of those kiosks, and then he looked over at me and he goes, "Hello. Do you like these glasses?" We had barely talked. He knew I worked there, and I went, "Yeah, I like them." And he's like, "Thank you." And that was it. And he walked away. And that really happened. It was like the best day of my life. But you have to imagine him huddled over in this kiosk. Like, by the way, you can't be a normal human. Like, everyone sees you doing it. And then he's talking to me, and everyone's like, why is that freak talking to that little Jew? Anyway, I've been doing that voice on this show for months. Anyway, it's one of my bits, guys. Next caller. Who's on the line? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Jensen?
Your name's not Jensen.
Yeah, I forgot it.
Your name's Jensen?
Yeah.
Wow.
But yours is spelled Jensen, mine's spelled Jensen.
Oh, wow. What nationality are you?
Are
you Swedish?
White? No.
Well, I mean, are you Swedish, though? Are you racist? Wait, okay.
Is it really pronounced Janssen? But
you're just saying it because you want to kiss up. Do you like having the name? Do you like having the name Jensen?
What? Yeah, I guess.
All right. Sorry if I've ever done anything to make you be like, I guess. It's just me and the dude from Supernatural, right? It's just us. It's really just me and the dude from Supernatural. It's all you have to compete with. Where do you live?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, we're never going to run into each other. Ever. I'm never in Pittsburgh. It's just you and Wiz Khalifa. Jensen, so weird to say. Jensen, what did you think of today's show? Ooh, that felt creepy. What did you think of tonight's show?
I don't know. I kind of forgot it was Monday because, like, the past 2 weeks, they've been, like, gross and not good.
Yeah, they haven't been great. Did you watch any of it, or are you just calling in because your name's Jensen?
No, I watched it. I mean, I was there when Vicky took off her robe thing and...
The same way a lot of people were there watching 9/11? Is that the way? She's like, I was there when that terrible tragedy happened.
Never forget.
Never forget when Vicky took off her top. Yeah, that wasn't a good thing, right?
No.
No, it wasn't a good thing at all. Are you excited? Are you going to buy this pay-per-view in 3 weeks, Jensen?
Probably not.
Okay. Good.
I don't know. I don't like the idea of having 4 former WWE champions.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's buying it, Jensen.
Well, it's just Money in a Bank with only 4 contenders seems weird to me anyways.
That doesn't make any sense.
Also, part of the excitement of Money in the Bank is someone winning the title for the first time.
Yeah, there's
someone
no one
getting
there.
thrown into the title scene that's never been in there before.
Right.
You're right. Miz was the best. That was a great feeling for Miz. Well, Jensen, I appreciate you calling in and creeping me out with your first name. When you eventually kill me in my home, telling me that you're the only Jensen who can survive, I will remember you from this phone call. Thanks so much, Jensen.
Bye.
Bye.
It's like Highlander.
I know. There can only be one. It's just me, the supernatural.
Hey, how
guy.
do we brush over the fact that next Tuesday the Great American Bash is back?
Is it Tuesday? Oh, so they're doing a live SmackDown?
Yeah.
So there's a live SmackDown coming up on a Tuesday that they're
Which
calling...
they've just decided to call the Great American Bash because they're like, we own the rights to this name, but we're not going to waste it on a pay-per-view. So
let's do it on a normal week.
That's the one WCW property that they keep bringing back.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I wish they did Bash at the beach.
Yeah, who
that would
doesn't?
be dope.
Oh,
be
come on.
Havoc?
We all know the last WrestleMania was a Bash at the beach.
Obviously. We have another caller? Is that what I'm being told? Is there a caller here? Yep, there's one. Hello, who's this?
This is Colin.
See, this is where it gets tough. What's your name?
Colin.
Colin?
Colin.
Yes.
Oh, good job, guys. You should be here every week. Just my name, guys. Where are you from, man? Where are you calling from?
Detroit.
Detroit. I knew that one.
Motor City.
Motor City, bro. It's Kid Rock. And Josie, rest in peace. Just throw out things I know about Detroit.
Home of Rhino.
There you are. Now you're killing it. Colin, what did you think of the show tonight?
Is it the Raw show, right?
Yes.
Okay, I guess sure. Cause you sound different from the video.
No, don't worry about it. It's still me.
All right. I didn't like it too much. I thought most weeks really suck. They're just not good, and they keep losing viewers. I can't understand why they just keep doing boring feuds like Big Show and Cena.
Yeah. What would if you were in the position that I was in pro writing wrestling and not addicted to Ambien, what would you have written? What would you have what would you pitch right now if I had you in the writers' room? What do you want to see happen?
Would you not do Big Show and Cena? Because no one wants to see that, and I don't want to. I don't know why they're putting Kane and Big Show and Cena in a leather match. That makes no sense to me. It's like high fly action, and I don't understand why they put three big guys who can't do nothing in the boring ladder match.
I agree.
So
you might as well just throw Brodus Clay in there too.
Yeah, the Funkasaur.
Yeah, really.
I agree, man.
Yeah. I put Tyler Black, Seth Rollins. I bring him up. Cassius Ohno, I have some people I'd bring up, or Dean Ambrose. Those people.
We are very excited for Dean Ambrose. I think he's going to be a humongous star in WWE. Why they're waiting so long? I'm a little confused. But I agree with you.
I don't know why.
I agree with you. I feel like some of the youth. I mean, Triple H keeps just forcing himself into these plot lines for the big pay-per-views. I'm just sort of confused.
Like the Punk storyline.
Yep.
It's all about him and
Punk.
Him and Punk, and then he brought Kevin Nash in, and Punk's nowhere.
And that went well.
Storyline.
Yeah, that went really well.
Hey, Colin,
storyline, and they ended it.
Colin, do you mind if I ask you how old you are?
Good question.
16.
Yeah. See,
this is very interesting.
He should love this.
Yeah,
I know.
Because all the callers tonight, I'm guessing, are around that age range.
Yeah.
And this is the key demo for the WWE that they think they're appealing to.
Yeah, well, Jellyneck's 45. No, I'm kidding. She's 16. She's also 16.
I understand if they're not getting to 4 jaded 30-year-old wrestling nerds who have worked somewhere or another in the business.
Yeah, I agree.
But they should be hitting these demos, and this is sad.
This is proof that they're not.
I agree.
I mean, obviously, you must hate the fact that they're burying CM Punk. They're burying Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, they're burying all the things that we like. We buried Ryder. A bunch of people that you kind of want to see go through. Well, Colin, thanks so much. Have fun in Detroit, and keep watching us. We're here after every Monday Night Raw over at AfterBuzz TV.
No problem.
Thanks, buddy.
I definitely watch that.
Thanks so much. Did you say you wanted one more, or you said we were done? One more. All right. We have one more caller. I think it's a parakeet. If I could hear. Who's on the line?
This is Aaron from Virginia.
You're a regular caller. I know your voice very well. At first, I was afraid.
I know how much you think I sound like a serial killer, so
that's the
I'm
thing.
glad you recognize this.
Well, that's the thing. At first,
One thing, you're the most clearly spoken person that we've heard so far.
Well, no, I'm always nervous that he's a serial killer based on, again, these are all bits if you listen every week. I'm nervous he's a serial killer because I think he's using a voice decoder. Like, I think he, it's
I
like,
thought because you thought he was doing a Buffalo Bill impression
Yeah,
or
like,
something.
I get commented on my voice several times, like what time, like what day I sound like a serial killer, what other day I sound like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. You know, like
Eeyore.
just all these.
When you're having a bad day,
yeah, he's like,
just kind of lazily.
He's like, I'm feeling bad, and they're like, you sound like Eeyore. He's like, I'm feeling worse now.
I think I need to call a doctor. Like that's just great.
What a bummer. Well, did you like the show?
I kind of liked it. I just think that AJ is giving joy to my television right now for like the past couple of weeks, and I really love her. I've been a huge fan of her for like the past couple of years, so I think that she's just great at what she's doing, and I'm loving it. I will say this though, the ending to the Dolph Ziggler Alberto Del Rio contract on a pole match, that was the exact same finish to the triple threat IC title ladder match back in 2010 with Swagger and Kingston and Ziggler, who was the champion, and like Kingston and Ziggler were like grabbing the title, and it just fell, and Ziggler was under the ladder. He just ran for it, and I was like, I watched it live, and I was thinking, was that supposed to happen?
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at that tonight, and I'm thinking, I don't think that's supposed to happen either.
Yeah, it looked good.
That's just weird.
It was cool. I thought. Now I think about it, I liked it more and more than when I first sort of saw it. The lubed up contract. I liked it. Anything else? Anything you excited about? Are you going to buy Money in the Bank in 3 weeks?
Yeah, I'm interested. I just kind of wonder what's going to be the deal with, like, I think I kind of find it funny that in the promo, I agree with you guys, point on, that was just kind of stale,
stupid.
Cena, spearmint gum promo. You know, I just feel like he said that he was going to be in the Money in the Bank to stop Big Show.
Yeah.
And certainly not going to win the briefcase. I think we made that clear. So I think that basically it's just going to be weird, but I guess they need Cena for something to do. But they said that there was going to be like all WWE champions, and like I'm thinking like they could add in I was hoping that they would add in a couple guys like Mysterio. Apparently, he's supposed to be off his suspension as of now, and like Orton he's doing a movie right now, but which I kind of felt fortunate to be because I'm a huge fan of his. But anyway,
well,
I kind of feel like Cena may win, and if he is Money in the Bank, it made me feel odd to be.
Yeah. Well, I think we all sort of agree Cena might win, but thank you so much, man, for calling in, and we'll catch you next week. And obviously, don't kill anyone during the days off. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
Take care.
Hey.
See ya.
Hey, Brodus Clay, is he a great big fat person?
He seemed very disappointed that you told him not to kill anybody. Okay.
Could you do me a favor and put the lotion in the basket while you're watching Raw? You'll get the hose if not. Yeah, that guy's gonna kill me eventually. Just so you guys know, that's who's gonna kill me.
So not the other Jensen.
No, not the other Jensen. Jensen's that's a joke. This guy's actually.
What if he accidentally kills the other Jensen?
That will be a great Dateline. Keith Morrison will be like, "What about the other Jensen?" Like all his question cadence. Well, anyway, let's do the main event really quick. The main event was Chris Jericho versus Cena. This could not have been more boring to me. This was a totally boring match. Big Show interrupts and
like what a sad match for Jericho's returning night.
Yeah. Oh, this whole return has been sad for Jericho. Yeah. There's not been one.
Yeah, he didn't even get his own entrance. No. He had to come out and interrupt the worst promo ever by John Cena.
It was not good. None of it was good. Big Show interrupts, attacks Cena, and then we go out of the show with Cena being choked out by Big Show. This is obviously Big Show-Cena rivalry that will be taking us into
which is his second dick move from Big Show tonight after he punched the cold cock Funkasaurus as he's being carried out already by the refs. Yeah. Although it did look like he might have been trying to punch the ref. Moved out of the way.
I hate that ref.
I hate to say this because really I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Obviously.
But it seems like our only hope for a good SummerSlam is if there's some sort of accident during that ladder match with Big Show and Cena.
I mean, we never hear hope for injuries.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. I mean, by the way, the odds of him getting injured in a ladder match are very strong.
Yes.
What you just hoped for and wished for using the secret is very likely to happen. It's very likely to happen. Well, we do predictions now. Do we have a prediction theme song? There it is.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Justin, we'll let Justin go first. What do you see happening in the next week? What do you see happening?
I'm going to jump a little further than the next week.
Sure, you're allowed. You're allowed.
Because I feel like...
Don't let me ever hold you back.
Ever.
Ever.
All right,
Ever.
now that I have the go-ahead.
Ever.
I feel like the next 3 weeks are going to be filler shows.
Yes.
Like we've gotten the last couple of weeks until that 1000th Raw.
Okay.
I feel like if things are going to turn around, if things are going to pick up, if things are going to get better, if something interesting is going to happen, it's going to happen once that 1000th Raw happens and beyond. I think they may be holding all their good stuff for that event.
Oh man, if I had a nickel for every time I've said that for so many things.
Crossed.
I think they're going to just wait till CM Punk starts to take off. Like I just said it about so many things. I can't imagine. My prediction for next week. I don't know. How does Big Show take on Cena next week? Not straight up, but there's some sort of thing happening.
The thing they've been doing lately is one of them's not there.
Yeah, well, Brock is in next week.
Yeah.
Brock is on Raw.
Brock is there too.
Is he there though, or is Heyman there with like?
Right, because it did say. Well, it
said Brock appearance. Okay. It was a Brock appearance.
Yeah. Well, he's there just to say yes. I'm going to fight Triple H at SummerSlam, which seems like, hey, we already knew that, so let's drag it out for another week.
But he needs to promote Jimmy John's, so that just doesn't happen on its own, if you know what I mean. I mean, Brock comes out. Him and Triple H have moments. It looks like it will be show straight up with Cena at SummerSlam. That's probably most likely it, which is a bummer.
No holds barred or something.
I have tickets.
Falls count anywhere.
Falls count nowhere, in my opinion. Falls count nowhere. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of much else. I'll not know half the divas still. I mean, I'd love to guess on the legend.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you another funny story really quick before we go? I've never told this one. So basically, I got really sort of cocky about asking wrestlers about where their other wrestlers are because the Mean Street Posse one went so well. You know what I mean? So one time we were all sitting around with Dusty Rhodes, and I was like, dude, do you ever talk to Sapphire? And he literally was just like, she's dead. That was it. And he didn't talk about her anymore.
So it won't be Sapphire.
Won't be Sapphire unless they wheel her out. I think that next week we're going to see... You know, the go-to is always Doink.
Yeah.
That's the go-to. But I think next week we're going to see... I think we're going to see Road Dogg and X-Pac.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
I like that.
Road Dogg no longer under contract with TNA?
I mean, he still does... Oh, no. He does, he does YouTube.
Agent.
He works at WWE. He has a show on YouTube.
Good.
But they seem to be actually bringing guys back instead of using the road agent.
Yeah. No, I know. We're closing up now. Really quick, we'll get into our promos. My name is Jensen Karp. Again, you can follow me at any time on Twitter. It's at JensenClan88. That's JensenClan88 because I'm not racist. That's why it's with a C. On top of that, I have a rapper that I manage named Nova Rockefeller that everybody should know about. It's Nova, that's spelled normal. ROCKAFELLER. She has a song on YouTube called Batman that all of you guys will like, and I need the views. So again, JensenClan88 on Twitter. Justin, how do people get to you?
Justin Donaldson. You can find me on Twitter at Tournament Nerds. And starting this Sunday, you can watch the Tournament of Nerds on the Nerdist. Myself, Jensen, James, Mike, John Morrison.
There's a lot of people.
There's a sneak preview tomorrow at 3 o'clock on the Nerdist at YouTube. And then every week starting this Sunday.
James Ross, I don't mean to make this a nervous thing for you, but there is a chance I could still eliminate you if you mess this up. How can people get to know you?
On Twitter, I'm at James is a Nerd.
James
is a nerd.
James, it's close. You're real close.
At
James is a nerd.
Okay. Yes. JAMESISANERD.
You're alive.
And you can
You're alive.
Catch me on the Tournament of Nerds. Hopefully, vote for me so I can make it all the way to the end and win the coveted Nerd Championship belt.
Do you like Mason Ryan?
No, I don't know who he is.
He can stick around. Thank you guys so much.
You don't know who he is.
Really?
Out.
All right, well, you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do?
I
found out a fun fact tonight. I'm going to spend the next 75 days watching every episode of Raw back to back.
Good point.
Best 2.5 months I'll ever spend.
There's the door. See you guys next week. AfterBuzz TV for Raw. Bye, guys.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.